live.
Hi.
Oh. Hello. Good morning, Tennessee Valley. Welcome to this beautiful Tuesday morning, hot Tuesday morning.
Very hot.
It is 6:30 a.m. We're glad you're with us today. We appreciate it. My name and your occasional host, Matt Ryerson. My two co-hosts, Matthew Tolbert, Sarah Anderson.
Good to see you all.
Good morning.
Again.
Matt was just commenting how on the new
new intro there.
The new intro. He's
Yeah.
no longer designated as a co-host.
I'm not a co-host anymore. Now I'm a host along with Ryerson. You know why that is, though?
Why is that?
Because through the spring, throughout the whole entire spring, I was the host. Because you hardly ever showed up.
And Sarah was the co-host.
And Sarah was the co-host.
So we've come back together today.
Yes.
Because it's been a while. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks since we've
like
hosted.
a month, yeah.
Yeah. So we've come back today to join you on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We're so excited. We've had some life-changing events in the last month, which is the rationale for our time off.
Yes.
I was, I'm going to start with me because, well, I know me best.
And you're the one talking.
And I'm talking, and I am the host.
One of the hosts.
As most of you know, I had a baby.
Did you?
My wife
All
had a
right,
baby.
okay.
That would make news. My wife had a baby, had our second daughter, our third child. So that was life-changing.
And her name is?
Gabriella Ray.
Gabby.
Yeah, Gabby Ray Ryerson. So we are blessed. You had a very similar event?
Yes. For me, however, it was my wife had our first son.
Yes.
Our first son, Charlie Matthew Norwood Tolbert.
Charlie?
Well, Charles.
I just had to do it, man. My wife can't say Charlie.
His name is Charles. We call him Charlie. But yeah.
If you haven't seen the YouTube video of the kid saying, Charlie.
Charlie bet me.
Charlie bet me.
Yeah, which might actually happen, actually.
It probably will.
Yeah.
So how'd it go? How's Charlie doing?
Charlie's great. He's eating like crazy.
Yeah.
He takes after his daddy.
All right.
And our daughter is acclimating very, very well.
Awesome.
He's her baby.
Awesome.
So
excellent. Big sister.
Yeah, so we are really happy.
Congratulations, man.
Well.
And I know you've also had a big milestone opportunity and educational opportunity coming up this fall.
Right. Well, yeah, I think I may have mentioned this back a month or two ago.
Yeah, if you rewind the tape, you remember Mr. Tolbert was panicking that he had frozen during his testing to get into a program.
But I did get in. I scored well on that test, and I got in. And so my doctorate begins the end of July.
Doctorate. So we will have to call you Dr. Tolbert.
Well, after I get it, you will. Actually, you could call me that now.
That's true. On television, Dr. Phil's not really
I could be
a doctor.
anything. Yes, he is.
No, he isn't.
He's not really a doctor?
No, he's not a doctor.
He's a therapist, though.
Right. But he doesn't have his doctorate.
He doesn't have a doctorate.
He doesn't have a doctorate?
He has no PhD, no.
I did not know that. You are rocking my world right now.
Yeah. Dr. Oz, however, is a doctor.
Yes, I would hope so.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
My goodness. Dr. Phil's not a doctor.
No, neither is Dr. Ruth, just for...
Well, I knew that.
Is she?
Dr.
She's
Phil,
No, she's not.
Dr. Phil is technically no better than I am then.
Yeah.
Except that he's got tons of money and he's
a
got his own
television
show.
And he supports
You have your own show?
I have my own Tuesday morning show, yes.
There you go. Same level. Right about
Now
there.
that I
Same
am
person.
one of the hosts.
Yes. See, now you're
And
right
not
there.
just the co-host.
That's right.
Sorry, you're still a co-host.
I'm not even a co-host. I'm not on there.
Oh, you
wasn't
weren't
this-
even on there, I know.
Which is fine.
We'll just
I don't
blame
need
Joe
the-
for that. That's Joe's fault.
It's cool. I don't need
You
So-
don't need that kind
that
of...
accolade.
She's humble. She's humble. She's balancing out this whole show.
Yeah, she, though, is a well-known actress.
That's true. Well known in the LA scene.
Entertainment
So
correspondent.
Correct.
Pals around with Angelina Jolie and Brad
true.
Pitt.
Yeah.
So,
So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So you had a
congratulations to you.
Congratulations. Got
You
to-
have a new addition.
Yeah, I see.
What is this?
So what I think our viewers can probably note you are
I'm in
Lift it up. Lift it up a little bit. See right there? Yeah.
This is the claw.
The claw. It's got. She drew eyes on it and a little nose.
You can't really tell.
Can't
but
really
it
see
also
it
has
very
a
well.
bow tie down here.
Oh, bow ties.
Because
So-
my orthopedic surgeon wears a bow tie. So that was for him in a week when he takes this off.
So to say you have an orthopedic surgeon suggests you had surgery.
I did have surgery.
Okay, so what happened?
I was working at Kex last Monday night, and was really busy, and I'm clumsy already. And people know this about me, it's fine. And I've fallen in this same spot before. I went around the bar with a wine glass in my hand to take to the table, fell on the polished concrete at a restaurant, and with the glass in my hand, and it severed 2 tendons in my hand.
Severed
Whoa.
2 tendons?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like you could have lost your hand type tendons?
Well, no, I mean, it was a small piece. Like, it was my middle finger. And so there's a picture of me actually before surgery Tuesday, because my mom came and got me Tuesday morning, took me to Knoxville. I was in day surgery I went and saw the orthopedic surgeon, who's a hand specialist, and was in surgery by noon. This happened at 7:30 Monday night.
So you could have lost your finger.
If it'd been higher and completely gone,
You
I
would
mean,
have
it
walked
was in
around
my
looking like
hand.
this all the time.
Like, it was down in my hand. I could have lost use of my finger.
Wow.
So, because tendons control, I mean, they call it a pulley system. So it's how your fingers bend, is because there's something down here that's connected up higher. That's
That's very medical. Yeah, I like how you use the medical terms. There's something down
Down
here.
here that's
down
connected
here,
higher.
that
Yeah.
pulleys.
That's
It's
good.
a pulley.
Yeah. I'm sure your orthopedic surgeon explained it
No,
just
and
like
actually
that.
at Skyridge the night before, very nice in the ER there Monday night. The attending surgeon actually had referred to it as a pulley system. So because that's different. The tendons are connected to different parts, and that's how it.
So the doctor prescribed you any narcotics?
Yes, I was on narcotics last week for a couple days, and I got off.
But you're off
I'm on
of them
Tylenol
already.
now. Yeah.
Are you sure
Hard
you're off?
drugs. Yes, I'm off. I wish that I should have prepared and popped a half of it.
I know, you really should have. That would have been
Horrible.
funny.
No, I
There
actually
you
haven't
go.
slept well the last couple nights because I'd gotten used, because I have to sleep with this on a pillow, like elevated, which
Oh,
is
that's
not how
not
I sleep.
comfort.
No, it's not. And I'd gotten used to taking half of a narcotic before
Sure.
going to bed at night.
Well, I mean,
so-
you had surgery, in all fairness.
it's not.
This
I'm
isn't
not.
a-
Yeah, this happened.
You're not a
Tuesday.
druggie?
Yeah, I was completely off by Friday. So
Wow,
which is
that's
3
happened
days out.
when-
It happened.
Wednesday?
This happened Monday night. The surgery was Tuesday midday.
Oh, okay.
I was off of everything except Tylenol by Friday.
Wow.
So I have my mom's pain tolerance apparently.
Wow.
I don't know. But yeah, it's fun. Except when it's not. But he actually, some of my friends have been naming him different things.
Okay.
So someone called him Darwin yesterday.
Darwin.
He makes me think, for some reason, have you seen the movie How to Train Your Dragon? If you
No.
haven't, you both have children and
Yeah,
should. Yes.
yeah,
The
absolutely.
dragon, for some, which I can't remember his name, it's something cute. And I
forget.
can't remember the dragon's name.
I forget.
Drago?
So if anyone wants to help me with that, send us an email.
Not
because
Drago?
I-
Yeah, there
No,
you
it's much cuter than that. But then someone
Ralph?
today earlier told me that it made her think of lamb chop. Because
Now
of the
that
eyes.
kind,
Oh,
yeah. See
yeah.
that?
So now I feel like I have a little
would see
lamb puppet
chop.
on my hand.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So-
I've been calling it the claw.
You could go hang out with kids and
And if you've seen Liar Liar, yeah, I could go entertain children in my hand. If you've seen the movie
Claw.
Liar Liar, the
Jim
claw,
Carrey, yeah.
yeah.
it's
That's what my family and yeah.
So,
Such a good movie.
So the prognosis, everything.
I get this off next Tuesday, so a week from today, which isn't bad. 2 weeks of this.
Yeah.
And it's just a splint. It's hard on the top. You can don't hit hard, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Just had surgery, dude.
Don't squeeze down here.
Oh, how about I not touch it? You offered it up, and how about I just stay away?
Sorry.
How about I stay away?
I got a very sore wound. Will you touch it?
I know, it's like a little.
No, it's not really sore actually, unless like I move my fingers too much. But no, it's fine to hit like up here. Sorry, I should have given you an example first.
So you get that off.
But this
in
is
2
hard.
weeks.
It comes off
Can
in
we
a
look at my
week.
hammer
My
and see if this
stitches,
will work?
my stitches come out in a week as well, and then I do physical therapy. So hopefully, the thing that I'm worried about, because I don't do it often, but I play piano and I also ride horses. And so those things, you need that finger specifically to control
So
for reining
I
and
had
stuff.
something similar happen to me. I jammed my finger yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's really sore.
I had a paper cut a week ago. It's still when I
Yeah.
pour salt
Stitches?
on my
Stitches?
face. Not stitches. I went without. I have a high pain tolerance.
Apparently, just like her mother.
Just saying.
Oh gosh. No, but anyway, so now I'm sleep deprived because I've not been on the drugs. But I think I'll just take a Benadryl tonight and hopefully
There you go.
that'll
There
take
you
care
go.
of it.
Yeah, just medicate.
Well, Sarah, actually, we heard about this last week, and we were praying for you. We're glad that you're okay.
Thank you.
And we're
Yeah,
hoping.
I was a little worried that you weren't going to be able to be here today.
I know, that'd be horrible.
I really
We were
wanted you to
like,
come on
what
the
are we
show.
going to do with the entertainment correspondent section? I mean, jeez.
Yeah, we would.
Which is coming up next, folks. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Sarah Anderson and our entertainment correspondent news. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll be right back.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Rid-A-Pest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days, will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Rid-A-Pest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. Before we jump into entertainment news, we're going to take a quick look at today's weather. It is...
Well, it is the summertime,
It is
so
hot.
it's
It
hot.
is super hot.
Now today is actually supposed to be cooler than tomorrow, as you can note by the graphic there.
Clearly, on Thursday.
But Thursday, it looks like it's going to cool off a little bit more.
Thanks, Joe Palo. Awesome. Great. Like I've always said, if you come to this show for your weather and your news,
Yeah,
you
wrong
come
place.
to the wrong place. So-
really should look elsewhere.
So we were commenting off the air about the problems with Facebook. Matt had read on Facebook about Sarah. This is what we found out.
Yeah, I thought that she was going into emergency surgery, like she'd severed the tendons in her hand and she was going to lose the hand or something.
So Matt sends me a text, and I said, how's Sarah? Is she going to be able to be on the show? And he says, she might not be. She almost lost her hand.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, what? She lost
And
her
turns
hand.
out that really the only issue is she may not be able to play the piano.
And she's got a little cut on her
No.
hand, essentially is what it
Basically.
comes down to.
It's a tiny cut.
You
Just
gotta-
down there
instead
somewhere.
of getting a
on the
Band-Aid.
pulley tendon.
I just
did-
wanted, it was an attention-seeking thing.
There you go.
Ah, see?
Well, okay, this happened the day after my 25th birthday, so it was like, I'm sorry, no one celebrated enough, so
Whoa, you're
I needed a little.
25? You are old.
Thanks,
Wow.
Matt.
Goodness gracious.
Well, next will be the cane. First a sling, and now a cane.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sarah!
totally falling
The walker.
apart.
You'll probably want to use the walker.
So I know you did all this after your trip out to Los Angeles to get the scoop for us. I know you spent a lot of time out there the last couple weeks.
Of course.
What's news?
Well, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly today. We're bringing that back.
All right.
The good, okay, Disney Pixar opinions.
Yes,
Love
love
them?
it.
I usually
love
Okay,
love them.
yes.
Love it.
So there have been, until this weekend, 12 Pixar movies that have
Yes.
come out. They've all
the
opened.
Toy Stories.
Yes, yes, all of those. And the Cars 1 and 2. They've all opened number one
Yeah.
that weekend.
Uh-huh.
Because I think part of that they release it very strategically because
Sure.
this weekend there weren't any other huge openers. Smart. If they'd done it the weekend of Avengers, this wouldn't be the case. So they had their 13th number one opening with Brave. See it. Just saying it. Saw
Yeah.
it Saturday night. My brother took me.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
Hunger
he-
Games for the kids.
Yes, and it's
A girl with
but
a bow.
it's so and that's another thing. There's this big the bow.
But it's Scottish.
Is the bow the new black? Like because every movie that's coming out now, the Avengers had
the bow.
everyone has it right now.
yeah.
Which archery has always been appealing to people, I think, because it is different. Because it's not. We still use guns, and people collect swords and stuff.
Are
but
you giving us a lesson now on some type of weaponry?
I don't know. Maybe
You're talking
I
to
nerd
two
out
men
about-
about that?
Tell us a little bit more
Really,
about
I
guns,
grew up
knives,
dealing
and
with-
bows. Please.
No, it's set in
I mean,
Scotland.
I can't shoot right now, but
it's
I'm
Scottish though,
capable.
right? I'm my family's
Yes,
ancestry
it's
is
that.
Scottish,
It's
so I'm all excited
a vague reference to. I mean, it's not vague. It's very obviously Scotland, but they don't. That's not.
A vague
it's not
reference to, like,
Scotland,
Braveheart.
but it's Celtic and it's very and it's beautiful, of course. As
Yeah, they
all
said
their movies
visually
always are.
it's
Visually, it's
amazing.
stunning. The storyline I think is great. There's some parts of it that are maybe a little dark. The heroine's a little bratty through parts of it, so that's a bit of a turnoff.
Now,
for some people.
I heard that they spent 2 years coming up with a computer program to control her hair.
That does not surprise me because it moves. The hair, like it is its
'Cause
own.
she's
It
got,
makes
like,
me,
big
kinda makes
red
me think of
wild
Medusa.
curls.
Yeah, I've not seen any animation that's the same as what they use in her
Wow.
hair, which is crazy for hair, but it's beautiful. So yeah, it opened #1. The
Nice.
estimated gross right now for the weekend was 66.7 million, which is really good for an animated. It's Pixar's 5th biggest opener, which if you think about the Toy Stories, and this
was-
is
Up
great
was a
because
Pixar
Up was
one,
a big
yeah.
one. Their last movie that they had was Cars 2. Cars 2
Yeah.
grossed overall, I think, a little less than what Brave had opening weekend.
I was a little
Which is- it was
disappointed
a
in
sad-
Cars too.
Yeah, so that was a
I-
flop for them.
Yeah, I
you know.
consider myself a connoisseur of these movies because I have to watch
family,
them
yeah.
over and over and over again. Cars 2 is very disappointing. They got away from Lightning McQueen and the focus was on Mater. Mater is a good character, a role player, not a main character. And he was
Not
the main
the
character of Cars 2.
protagonist or- yeah.
Right, Lightning McQueen. If I were, who's it? Wilson?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson is the star of that, the voice of
Yeah,
Lightning
of the
McQueen.
regular cop.
I'd renegotiate my contract just to let him know. So when Cars 3 comes out, which it inevitably will.
That's something that Toy Story always did really, really well. They stuck with the main Buzz Lightyear
Yes,
Woody
that
and
same
Woody
Right.
and the
continual-
same main characters.
They
all
throw
the
other
throughout.
people in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
each of the movies had different.
What about Finding Nemo?
It's coming. They're releasing it again. I think in
I love
October
Why have they not
for a
done a
day or
sequel
so.
to that?
I love
I don't know.
Finding
And
Nemo.
when I went to see Brave Saturday night, they started showing Finding Nemo, and I was thinking, is this a sequel? And I
It's
got
just a
excited.
re-release of the
They're
original.
just re-releasing it in 3D for.
I don't know
like
though.
they've-
How in the world can you do a sequel to perfection?
That's.
I mean,
Well,
seriously.
what would they do?
That is one
That's
of the
my-
most perfect movies in my opinion.
Storylines, I mean, these are
I
money people.
love-
They don't
Yeah.
care about the storyline. That
I'm
would
just
certainly haul a
saying,
ton of money.
You're not gonna,
There's something beautiful about it. Yeah, it has a very.
It's so beautiful.
I love the turtle. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was cool. All right, that was the good. I'm sorry.
So yeah, the good Brave 66.7 million. Then you had Madagascar 3 hopping down to just around 20 million. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Why they came up with that movie?
See,
don't
that's what
know.
I'm talking about, storyline. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Is storyline
And then
really that important here?
It appeals to a certain
Oh.
cult following.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm gonna want to watch that
obsessed.
movie.
No, I do want to rewind
I would
you, though.
red box that later, maybe.
Oh,
Like,
later?
I
Okay,
would,
it's not
a go
from
to
what
the
I've
theater type movie.
seen of.
We
yeah.
went and saw Madagascar 3.
How was it? Because I've heard.
Loved it.
Okay.
Madagascar's have
But
been
Madagascar
really good.
2, I think, was not quite as good.
It's a little disappointing.
Yeah.
Got right back. Alex the Lion, the Penguins. All right, now, first off, if you have kids my age, 6 and 3, and now a newborn, we're into these movies and these shows, and there's a show, The
Yes,
Penguins of Madagascar.
that's just focused on-
And the Penguins, so we watch Penguins multiple hours every day.
Sure.
And so these characters are all family to us. So this movie was a long time coming, but it was really well done. The storyline was great. Fantastic. Alex Alliance, they introduced some new characters, which are hilarious. The whole circus component. If you haven't seen it, worth seeing, especially if you have kids. They'll love it.
Cool.
So there you go. That's
Then-
my review.
Good, and I'm glad because I've actually have a friend my age who said she really enjoyed it. So
Yes.
I've considered. It's not one. I'm not a big Madagascar fan. It's something I might rent later on. Probably not go to, but Brave. Oof.
There's just the humor in these movies now is brilliant writing because they know that there are parents in the theater.
Yes.
And so they say, okay, we got to play to two audiences. We have to play to the kids, who
Well,
love
that's
the
the
fuzzy
way
Make it
cartoons
witty.
have always been,
and
though,
we
right?
gotta play to the adults that gotta sit through it.
But the first animated, like this level animation that I remember doing that was Shrek. That was the
Yes.
first movie that I feel like
Yes.
they really.
Yes.
Because I guess,
Robin
I don't know how, I was a
Williams
teenager when they
and
came
the
out,
other
but
one
they.
But I'm
Bob
talking
did that.
classic animation.
Well,
you go
yeah,
way back.
if you-
When you look at Bugs Bunny, so much of that
Well, yeah,
was
they make
about
little witty statements and
was
stuff.
for the parents as well as
Yeah.
as well as it was.
It was
for
a
the
little more
kids.
blatant though. Now it's really subtle.
It's just
good.
really. Mm-hmm.
So there were a couple parts of Madagascar 3 where my wife and I just started bursting out laughing at a line in the movie, and our kids were like, "What?
What's
What
funny?
just happened?" Nothing. Just keep watching. You'll get it in about 20 years.
All right, so that was the good.
So then we have the bad. Alex Trebek had a heart attack.
Yes.
Yeah, which he's 71, and he actually had a heart attack back in 2007, but was back
He's a colleague of
back
ours.
on Jeopardy.
Yes.
Yes.
Golly, fun.
Back on Jeopardy within a few weeks. So, but they're
he's hospitalized
hoping
now.
right. Yeah, but they're hoping that it was considered minor.
He's
so.
one of my heroes.
He's
He looks
incredible.
great
At
for
the age of,
71.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, at the
And
age
for
of
the
70
amount
years
of-
old,
the amount he's
he
done.
chased down somebody who stole jewelry out of his hotel room.
Oh wow.
Did you hear about that?
I don't know if I knew.
This is
that
last year. He broke it into his
I can
hotel
see
room,
him doing that.
stole some jewelry. It was like I don't know, it was a woman, I guess. And he literally ran her down. Now I don't think he was able to hold on to her. I think she slipped out but he ran her down.
Couldn't hold on to him.
Interesting.
Well, you know what I mean.
What was she doing in his hotel room?
Well, she was stealing his stuff.
How'd she get in?
How'd
Those are
she-
usually locked.
She picked the lock, I guess. I don't know.
Interesting.
That's
It was
bad
just kind of
security.
he was
There's
at-
layers to this story,
Yeah.
I think, that maybe
Takes
we
the
don't
car-
He
sliding
chased
lock?
her down at 70 years old. The man,
You're impressed that he's fast.
the man is
Matt
a
doesn't know all the facts
stud.
to this either,
No,
so.
the man is a stud, is what
Then
I'm
he
saying.
had a heart attack and was hospitalized for 2 weeks.
That happens. That can happen to you or me.
No, best wishes to Alex Trebek.
Yes,
We're hoping
get better, please.
And
We-
okay.
Hey,
Jeopardy would not
don't
be
dog
Jeopardy
on
without-
Alex Trebek.
No, I won't.
All right?
Okay, we
He'll
have
chase you down.
Sensitive over here.
Him and
Okay,
Chuck
so we also have the ugly.
Oh, boy.
You know how I love the Kardashians. And
Yes.
They're fantastic.
It's ironic that you're calling this the ugly
Well, okay.
when they're
the
actually very
the-
beautiful.
I don't know. Yeah, they're beautiful, but
So now what have they done?
they're normal types of behaviors. Kim dating people for no reason, quick marriages, whatever. She's not married. Let me
You
clarify.
know her stepfather, Bruce Jenner?
Yes.
He was a gold medalist decathlete in 1976. He was on this past weekend, Olympic trials were on. And the decathlon, the guy that won the decathlon in the Olympic trials set the world record all time.
Oh,
and
wow.
Bruce Jenner was there.
You know, he can no longer smile.
No, yeah, he's had a
It's
lot of work.
so
Had a lot of
sad.
work.
Oh, like more than his wife, which is
Yeah.
too much.
So that's the story?
Anyway, no, this story, Oprah did an interview of the Kardashians, which first of all, to me, that's ugly. Because really, Oprah, really? I mean,
Well,
I know
but
that the
people watch
Kardashians,
their
I know,
shows,
I
you know,
I
and they
totally
care about 'em.
understand.
Didn't
but
Oprah used to do stories about, is this your real daddy? Or
Oh, yeah.
No, wait a minute.
But now
Is
she's
Oprah
trying
on
to
the
be
air
with
still?
her,
What's going on?
She has her station own.
Oh,
Like,
so
has,
she just did a special.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so that was a big deal.
Oprah
It's like a
owns her
2-part
own
interview.
station titled OWN?
Yes.
Oprah
own.
Winfrey Network.
Yeah.
Oh,
WN.
that's nice to play.
Yeah. And
Nice
so
play,
they, of
Oprah.
course, questioned, and I know one of you wasn't aware of this, Kim is dating Kanye West, who was a big, famous rapper,
Did not know that.
musician.
See, I did.
artist, yeah.
I've been hearing about it, and he talks about how much he's in love with her
They're
and
both
stuff.
so in love with each other, which I'm not. I mean, obviously they could be. And she's apparently said, I'm apprehensive to even just talk about it because I've been so open with my other relationships, as in had a huge publicity stint for her past wedding that lasted 3 months or whatever.
Right.
So this is just, I don't know,
She
that part
picks
of
winners,
Hollywood
though, I'll
I
tell
don't
you.
much care for.
She picks winners, doesn't she?
Yeah.
See, I'm going to get on the other side of the fence here. Here's a young woman who has put her heart on her sleeve and been burned by media likes of us who have dogged her out. And she's just hesitant. She's going into that shell to protect herself and her family.
Except they've been photographing
you?
every part of their relationship.
Are you living in the same world that I am? She is a flippin' idiot.
Oh, that's
She's a
mean.
beautiful flippin' idiot, but she's a flippin' idiot. I mean, she dated Reggie Bush, who of course lost his Heisman Trophy because he was cheating. She dated Chris Humphries and
now-
married him on the air, who from all accounts was abusive to her. And then it was probably all a publicity stunt anyway.
Yeah.
Now she's dating Kanye West. Do I really need to get into what he's all about? And she only is famous because she put out a sex tape.
And that's how the whole family got.
morning,
where they-
Tennessee
She
Valley.
is a flippin' idiot.
So Matt took over the segment for me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's a beautiful, ugly person. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. You're good.
Oh, really?
Not
We're done?
Well, yep. Don't really know how.
So
it's
she doesn't want to talk about Kanye, but she started to talk about Kanye.
Yeah, well, of course. But to wrap things on a more positive note, I found a list
Please.
of the 10 best wedding movies. The
Okay.
10 best, because it is that season. And I went to one this weekend. I went to one a couple weekends ago.
I've actually been
It's
to
that-
two already.
I was gonna say it's June,
So you have
we're
the
a little
list
bit longer.
of 10?
Yes,
hold on, hold
I
on.
do.
Don't do them.
Guess some, yeah, which is
We got to take a break. We're going to have a guest on. Mylan Blake, our political analyst, is here with us.
Yes.
And then can you come back and
Of
do the
course,
10 best?
yeah.
All right. So we'll be right back. We're going to come back with Mylan Blake, our political analyst, give us an update. And then Sarah Anderson will rejoin us for top 10 wedding movies. We'll be right back.
I'm excited.
it was very intense.
Bradley County is home to a community of resilient, compassionate families who want the best for each other. The tragedies of the April 27, 2011 tornadoes brought our community together to bring aid to the hurting and helpless. It is time to come together once more. The Bradley County school system is underfunded, and our future leaders are receiving their education in substandard learning environments. On August 2nd, you will have an opportunity to further impact our great community by voting for the wheel tax. A vote for the wheel tax will not only rebuild Blue Springs Elementary School, but it will provide a new facility that is engineered to meet the demands that technology places on the infrastructure. The overcrowded Walker Valley High School students and teachers will have much needed space and be able to use academic rooms for their intended purposes. The students and teachers of Lake Forest Middle School will no longer endure the hazardous conditions caused by the elements of nature and deteriorating classroom buildings. British philosopher Herbert Spencer stated, "The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action." Would you take action in the name of education and vote yes for the wheel tax? A vote for the wheel tax is a vote for the children and the future of Bradley County.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. We've had a kind of a sprightly off-air discussion
Yes, we
on
have.
about a dozen topics, which
Yes,
I
we
do
have.
want to note that Kim Kardashian did date the cheater Reggie Bush, who now plays.
Hey,
for
hey,
the
hey, hey,
Miami
hey.
Dolphins.
Hey,
I was just teasing Matt here, his favorite team. So
we
But
forgive and forget when it comes to that. She's continued to be ugly, but go ahead.
we're back with Mylan Blake, our political analyst. It's been a while since we've seen you, Mylan. Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We're
Hope you guys are
glad
having
to
a good
have
summer.
you.
So is there like an election coming up or something?
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it. Let's start at the top.
All right.
Big dog, President of the United States. We're down to two candidates here.
Well, three if you want to include the Libertarians, just to be fair.
okay, who are the Libertarian
Gary
candidates?
Johnson?
Gary Johnson, exactly.
Oh, the guy from Utah. I like the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've read an
That was
article.
your guy.
Yeah, he was my guy.
Yeah, that was
Glad
your guy.
to see he made the final
Just to
three.
be fair, but yes, we're down. The parties have made their nominations pretty much known. In fact, today is the last state who actually votes. Utah votes today. And
Well,
they'll-
they kind of get a
In
bad
the
deal.
GOP election?
yeah, in the
in the
GOP
GOP.
primaries.
What a crummy deal that is.
Now, good
I mean, it's
question.
already decided. What?
Let me ask
well, that's
this question.
no, that's a whole different
Now,
program.
it's assumed that Mitt Romney is going to be the candidate.
It's assumed and
Does he have the delegates?
Yes, he has the delegates.
Okay, all right.
He had them back.
Did he?
Yeah,
He
back
crossed
in
the
March.
threshold.
So will that be challenged at the convention?
No.
Okay,
No,
so
it'll
he's going to be our guy.
He'll be the nominee. I guess the next big thing is who he is going to pick for the vice president.
All right, let's hear it. Who are the top candidates for that right now?
Well, from what I understand, Rubio.
Yes,
Okay,
from
yeah.
Florida.
From Florida.
He's young.
And just to make that even more interesting, as you know, yesterday the Supreme Court came out with their ruling on the immigration law in Arizona.
Yes.
So that's going to be
They struck
that's
down-
going to be a factor in that.
They
I'm
struck
sure.
down basically everything except that cops can ask.
Well, they can't release them until they properly identify
Right.
whether or not
They
they're
can figure
legal
out
status.
only on stops. They can't stop them for any
Right.
other. All the other parts of the law were knocked down, but they can ascertain their status.
Which, from a legal perspective, that was bound to happen.
But this is politics.
Yes, politics. Yes. So Rubio, who else
Rubio,
is in? Christie, is he part of this discussion?
I haven't heard his name surface, but I would not count that out. I mean, that would be the GOP. I think would really like that.
Right.
Well, I think. I mean,
And
when
then I
McCain-
would say the governor of Minnesota, Palooski. Palooty, I'm sorry.
Palante?
Palante, right.
Okay.
No, I just saw something that said he said, "Look elsewhere. I don't want to have anything to do with it."
You'll hear that for the next 2 or 3 weeks. You'll hear them all
okay.
deny.
They're supposed to
Now
do
McCain kind of pulled somebody out of left field. So do you think that Mitt Romney will do that? Pull
think-
somebody that nobody's looked at?
It'll be interesting to see. It really will. But that's probably the biggest thing that's coming up.
When is that announcement typically made?
Well, from what I understand, I was listening to some other commentary, is that, you got the Olympics is coming up here in August. The actual dates for the nominations for the conventions, actually, for the Republican Party is August 27th through the 30th in Tampa, Florida. And the Democrats will have their convention on September 3rd through the 6th in Charlotte, North Carolina. So you can almost guarantee that they'll have who they want for the GOP vice president nominee two or three weeks before the 27th.
So so they can make their big speech.
So
of course,
I would-
Sarah Palin came off great at the convention last time.
Yeah.
She gave a wonderful speech and did a great job and got a lot of momentum built.
She did.
She worked
A lot
really
of-
hard to chip away at that momentum over the next little bit. But
I
initially-
remember when she was announced, everybody was Googling, like, who in the
Right.
world is she?
Yeah,
and-
and her speech was brilliant. It was
Yeah.
really well done. It was really well done. All right, so I know you hate when I make you make predictions. It's early. We don't even know who the vice
It's a tie.
presidential candidate
It is a tie.
Who
It's a tie?
comes out on top? Mitt Romney, President Barack Obama.
It's a tie right now. I mean, and it's been a tie for
The
last-
polls have dead heat right now.
Yeah, they're pretty much 46, 48, or something like that.
Well, are there some factors that might play into giving Romney the edge or giving Obama the
Well,
edge?
just like the Supreme Court ruled on the immigration, the other one will be on Obamacare, and probably, by the time we air this, that will be known. I'm not sure, but that will be a big one. If that gets struck down, that'll be a huge blow to the Obama administration.
Huh.
You think it'll be a huge blow? Now, some people have
Well, I mean,
said
he's
that.
got his name attached to it.
I agree.
and
Well, technically, anyway. I've heard two sides. It could be a big blow to him, but at the same time, it might rally the troops to get them.
yeah, I mean, I think what you'll hear from the Democrat side is that the Supreme Court is now too political, and it's too right wing, which is what the GOP used to say
Right.
all the time.
Right.
And then, they'll probably Congress will have to go, and you're going to see some fierce debate in Congress as
Yeah,
well.
you know what's interesting about this is I've studied the Supreme Court and a lot of their decisions, and most recently some of their decisions, and they actually, amazingly, especially if you look at who many of the Supreme Court justices were appointed by, make decisions that are not politically based. That a lot of times you'll see them, they were put there by a Republican or a Democratic president, consistently make decisions that would be against kind of the base of that party.
And confirmed by the Senate, though.
Right,
I mean,
right, and confirmed by the Senate, which it's
I mean, we've had some not make the confirmation part of it.
Oh, absolutely. And it used to be kind of an
Well,
easy process until
It's
Clarence
really kind of
Thomas.
interesting. The last two presidents have put up 4 of the justices.
Yes.
That's really huge.
And there'll be another one in this
And there'll
next
be
term,
another-
probably.
Yeah, there should be.
Really?
Yeah.
So, and that could sway the balance of the court. So it's a big deal. It's a
It
big
is.
deal. All right, presidential race. You got all
So-
that. Local races.
Local races, yes.
Yeah, we got some big stuff. Let's start with our Congress.
yeah.
Start
Okay,
there.
well, obviously the presidential race is in November, so but the local stuff, their primaries for the state and the federals will be here in a couple of weeks.
That's the
Right.
primaries.
The primaries for them, yeah.
So
their
in the-
general will be on the November
For
ballot.
Congress, the old Zach Wamp seat, which is now Chuck Fleischman is their incumbent.
Right, District 3.
All right, so that one's the primary. Who are the candidates, and how do you see that race?
The candidates for that District 3 is Scotty Mayfield.
Mayfield Milk.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Scotty Mayfield.
I noticed he's gone with the colors in his signs.
Yeah.
Brown and
Yeah,
yellow.
yeah. Oh, the
decision.
guy I think is a brilliant,
Good decision.
brilliant
yeah.
decision on his
I
part. I
recognize
saw him
that.
speak. He came to Kiwanis. He spoke at Kiwanis.
Yeah, I missed that day. Yeah.
And he was good. He was good.
But I've met him a couple of times on the campaign trail. And obviously, Representative Chuck Fleischman is seeking the
What about
nomination.
Weston Wamp?
And Weston Wamp is and I actually saw some Weston Wamps. I had to go out of town this weekend for some baseball, and I saw some up in North Ray County, way
Wow.
out western. So this district goes up. It's always been.
Now, has
an
anybody
odd district.
actually heard of this? I've seen a bunch of his signs. Ron Bala. Have you seen any of him? Do you know anything about
I've seen
him?
the signs, but I've not met the.
I saw him in the debate. He's I think he's Indian descent.
Okay, yeah.
He came up with something very interesting. He said that he's going to send out emails for every vote in Congress, and then the constituents will tell him they would vote on it, and then he'll take the majority vote from the constituents, and that's what he would vote on.
That's a great idea. Let's do it like American Idol.
I know.
Everybody gets 5 votes. Make a phone call.
I just thought it was
1-800.
interesting. I just thought that's really kind of strange. Nobody
Do like the American
has pitched
contestant.
it like that before, I don't think.
It's interesting, but I guess my point of view would be is when you hire somebody to do something. I mean, you think
Use their
you
judgment.
give them the guidelines and the credentials and
I don't want you asking me what
and
to
then
do every
I mean
day.
it's like I hire the guy to cut my grass. I don't need to go out there and tell him, okay, make it diagonal and then make it 3 inches. I mean, just get it done.
Don't start texting me. Do you want it cut at 3 inches or 2 inches? Right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
So who's the favorite in this? Obviously Chuck Fleischman is because he's
Chuck
the incumbent?
Eisman is our current, but Scotty Mayfield, as you've already said, has got name recognition, and anybody who's ever been in any part of a race knows that name recognition is big.
Right.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Now, does
This
Weston
is
Wamp
this
have
is
a
just
chance?
a nomination piece, by the way. It's just a
Right.
nomination.
Does Weston Wamp have a chance? He's got name
He's
name
on the ballot,
recognition.
so you have a chance if you're on the ballot.
I know.
He's 25, right?
He's young.
And he'll probably get.
So but you just called Sarah old at 25. Huh? You called Sarah old at
Yeah, I know. It's all relative, though.
True.
Like Sarah's old compared to pretty much anybody else.
Right, entertainment.
But when it
business.
comes to
she's
Congress,
in the business.
Right. When it comes to Congress,
He's young.
He's
right,
young.
Right. Okay.
But when it comes to Madagascar 3.
Yeah, exactly.
She went to see
Weston,
Brave this
to
weekend.
me, I've always said, if you're on the ballot, you have a chance. If
All
you're not
right.
on the ballot, you don't. So.
All right. So then, taking a step down, we have the state representatives.
Now remember also, just keep it at the congressional level, Bradley County was split at the
Yes.
redistricting. We also, and
I don't
I'm
even
a part
know where
of
I'm
this.
voting.
You're in the third. I happen to know where you live, so you're in the third.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still voting for the one we just talked
Oh,
about.
okay.
But for everybody, everybody in the city.
Keep it
Well,
in
he
my
actually
house.
picked up a ballot, or he actually picked up a petition.
Okay, all right.
But everybody in the city and who voted Hopewell and Prospect are in the 4th congressional district. And
Okay.
We're basically in the same district.
So who's running
as
for the
Murphy.
4th?
Scott DeHars. I always say his name wrong, but I
DeHars?
haven't met him yet. He came
Okay.
into town a couple of times and our schedules didn't meet up, so I didn't get a chance to meet him, but he's the incumbent right now.
Okay.
So there is actually 2 congressional races in Bradley County. Now, it used to be just all the 3rd, and we...
And that's the right. That's for yeah. Okay. All right. You're talking about for the
Congressional,
the
yeah.
federal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Before he went down to state, I wanted to
Right.
finish
Because
up that.
because Scotty Mayfield at Kiwanis said that if you're in Cleveland city limits,
Can't
you're in
vote for
a
him.
different district than what he's running in.
Well, it's kind of...
So
Kind of, sort of. Well,
so
that's what he
where's
said.
where's
take, for example, my precinct. I voted the senior center. Some people at the senior center are going to be voting in the 4th, and some people at the senior center are going to be voting in the 3rd. So they actually split precincts. And
Wow, that's
wasn't-
gotta be
I wasn't-
challenging.
It was, and I wasn't thrilled about it, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So then that takes us to the state senate level. Let's
Well,
start
and
there.
then just to finish up with federal, Senator Corker's up for election as well.
Oh,
Oh, is anybody
running?
running against him though?
Yeah.
I mean, oh, really?
Yeah, there's.
I haven't heard anything. In
I
that
know
race.
it's one of those deals of name recognition.
He's
but-
gotta be a heavy
But
favorite.
you will see him on the ballot on
I would
this
think
August.
that he'd be. I mean, he's gotten a lot of national recognition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Since
and
in
he's
the
on,
last 6
and he's on
years.
that budget committee, and that is a big.
God, that's been 6 years since.
Or,
he's been
and
in
banking,
the-
I'm sorry.
So then,
right,
real
so-
quickly, because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
The big state Senate race. Todd Gardenhire and Greg Vidal.
And Greg Vidal are in the state Senate 10, and that's also new to Bradley County.
Right.
Pretty much almost, but not exactly the same district that the Congressional 3. Basically, all your from Walker Valley, Michigan Avenue, Oak Grove.
Now, this is not
Valley
threatening
View,
Mike
Waterville.
Bell's
No.
district. Okay.
And McDonald, those precincts are Senate District 10. Mike Bell would be all the city precincts plus Hopewell and Prospect.
Okay.
But they'll be offsetting. They won't be running at the same time ever.
So if I just to throw this out there, so if some of our viewers don't know what district they're voting in,
They can call the election office and they will be glad to help them.
awesome,
Yeah.
excellent, thank you.
So, and then I guess the last part of that would be the representatives at the state level, which
Yes.
we are in the 22nd and the 24th. That's pretty much how it has been for quite some time, so we're used to it. You can almost think of it as that the city is in the 24th and the rest is in the 22nd. Kevin Brooks is running for the nomination as well as Epperson
Yes.
in that district, and then over in the 22nd you have Eric Watson and going by memory.
Somebody running against him?
Yeah, there is a gentleman, and I apologize.
Ooh, sorry, we're not sure who that is. I haven't seen any sign.
Kevin Brooks is the incumbent where he is.
Both Kevin and Eric are the
Eric
incumbent.
Watson is the incumbent as well.
Exactly.
And then obviously the one last thing we want to discuss, the big item on this local ballot is sales tax. No.
Wheel.
Yeah,
Wheel tax.
we've already determined the sales tax 2 years ago.
That was done, right.
The wheel tax.
Yeah, we just saw an ad for it on our show here.
Wheel tax is essentially a tax on your license plate.
Essentially, yes.
So it's misnamed.
$37.
Actually,
Should be license plate tax.
Actually, I mean, the actual legal name is something different. So wheel tax is a colloquialism type thing anyway.
Okay.
It's $37, $38?
$32.
$32.
Increasing the current price by 32 price.
Right, for cars
Annually.
and motorcycles will be $16.
Annually.
Annually, yes.
So this money goes where?
This money has been allocated for capital projects with respects to schools, I guess.
Okay, so it's education.
Building schools, building new schools.
Building new schools.
So we getting a vibe on that? Any early polls on this?
Pretty much. I mean, you probably have talked to as many people as I have, but I'm hearing probably 4 to 5 no.
Four out of 5 people saying no against it.
Yeah,
Really?
That's what I'm hearing. But I could be hanging around the cheap wads, and
People hate the taxes no matter what.
ha.
Well, one thing we want to say here at Tennessee Valley is get educated on it.
Yep.
Get to know the candidates, get to know the issues, and go vote. And whatever you believe, make sure your voice is heard.
Yeah. And speaking of education, just to take it down low, we do have school board races in August. They don't go through a primary, so because they're nonpartisan. So on August, that same ballot that we had the wheel tax and all those others, you'll have District 1, 3, 5, and 7 on the county. And there is opposition in 1, 3.
Teddy Bryson
Teddy
and Nicholas
Bryson and
Lilios
are in 3.
Wow.
And in the
and
first
both those guys are well-known community leaders, so that'll be a hotly
that'll be
contested
interesting.
race.
And in the first district, you have Dr. Baker is retiring, so you'll have Ben Ashley, who's a former county commissioner, Chris Turner, and Laura Mountain running for that. The others are non-contested, and I believe in the city you also have school elections, but they're non-contested as
You
well.
got a city council race, right?
I'm sorry. Yeah. For the city residents, yeah.
Dale Hughes,
Dale Hughes,
owner-operator Mountain View Inn here.
and Tucker Johnson, and Mr.
right.
Porter for that district, and then Avery Johnson and Mr. Wheeler in the first district. Yeah.
Great. I mean, and I know a lot of these folks.
I haven't seen those in a while, so that's all about memory.
I just know a lot of these folks,
Yeah,
and they're all good people. I mean, this will be a really interesting race, so make sure you get to know them and vote with your heart. Excellent.
Absolutely. And vote. That's the main thing. And speaking of that, the last day to register to vote to participate in the August election is July 3rd. Just the day before.
Oh, really? So that's just next week.
So you got to go down to the election office, or
that's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
How do you register? Can you go online, or what? You got to go down.
You can go online and get the form and then send it in, or you can go to a number of the government offices and pick up a form, or you can just go down to the election office.
At the very least, call the election office and say, hey, I'm not sure if I'm registered. How do I get registered?
728-7115.
728-7115.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I remember that.
Some good information on this show, I'll tell you that right now.
For those of you who used to not come to the show for the news, you just got lucky. Because they just shared some news.
Yes, you did.
Now Sarah's coming back.
There you go. Mylan, thanks for joining us today. We're going to take one more last break, and we're going to get Sarah back on with top 10 wedding movies of all time. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Ritapest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Ritapest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Ritapest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Ritapest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days, will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Ritapest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Mine are old enough to cut my grass.
That's the main reason I had kids, actually. Was so
cut your grass?
So they would
You
mow
both
the
have a
lawn.
long wait now.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, my
what?
daughter's not too
New
far
ones.
away. We can go.
I saw an ad for a robot. You know, we bought a robot that
Yes.
vacuums your house.
Did you really?
Like one of the little,
Yeah, it's
small
like a
that,
disc. It's like a
and
sort
it
of-
swivels and just
It
goes on its
actually
own.
does an amazing job. Mylan's saying
And
he's
they
got
work
one as
well?
well.
That's
It's
so
hardwood
crazy.
floor, so it
It's a
cleans up all
Roomba?
the- No, it's iRobot, I think is what it's called.
That's a movie.
Yeah, maybe it's not called iRobot. It's called something.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
little disc. It goes around.
VacuBot. I don't know. That
Something.
would-
It does a great job. iBot or something like that. It does a great job. So I saw this. I got this ad where they got one that'll now mow your yard. But unfortunately, apparently mows your yard much like it vacuums. It vacuums in a
And
random
it just goes,
pattern.
yeah.
So it just kind
But
of goes around.
mowing the lawn, you're not going to get those lines.
No,
you're
you don't
looking
get the
for.
lines. You literally
Get
get
these
all these
swivels.
crisscrosses that hit something, turns around. Anyways,
I'll tell you what, though, I'd buy one. I don't care about lines.
well, I got 6 acres. That's probably not going to help me.
No.
Not going to happen. So anyways, Sarah Anderson has returned. We had some really important news and information, educational value.
Critical.
We wanted to get rid of that and jump right back into the stuff
To
that's
this
more
meaningless
important.
dribble.
Exactly.
No,
But entertaining.
not meaningless.
We're talking about weddings, and it is
Well, and I
wedding
love
season.
wedding season. I'm a sap. I love people getting. I love. Oh my gosh, it's the drugs that I'm not on anymore. No, I'm
Sure, you're not on any medicine.
I'm not. I'm just loopy. I got like 4 hours of sleep. No, I love this time.
Love. Is that a song?
You know, one movie that's not on this list. Well, I'll say it because I'll forget it if I don't. The Princess Bride should have been on this list.
Should have been.
It is not. This list is stupid. Let me
Technically,
clarify.
though-
I did not create this. My list would be completely different. It
Technically,
would have,
though, the Princess Bride, they don't get married in the end. It was a wedding for
yes,
her to another
but
guy, but not,
it alludes to the fact that she's. I mean, they kiss on the horses
they live
before they run
happily
off
ever
into
after.
the sunset. Yes.
That was a great
Such
movie.
a good movie.
So
They-
you have
they had
top
their
10
reunion.
marriage movies.
Yes. Okay. These are
I've
not.
been to 2 of them.
I will go ahead and say
Not
these are
marriage,
not
wedding.
I'm sorry,
movies.
wedding,
Top 10
wedding.
movies, movie weddings.
Movie weddings.
So it's not even movies that's about the wedding. It's the wedding itself being.
So, but also
Excellent.
not home movies.
Yes, not including home.
Okay.
Home personal wedding videos.
They're
we
not
are
included on this
excluding
list.
from
I'm
this
sure they're
list.
so much better
Mass
than all these.
release movies, what we're talking about. Okay. All right.
Mine would
Coming in
probably
at
rank
number
way up there.
10 is Love Actually, which I feel like should have
Love
been higher.
Actually?
Yes,
Wow.
because there's the wedding at the. If Love Actually, beautiful movie. Please, any age, see it. I mean,
Yeah.
above the age of like 8, I would
Yeah.
say see this movie.
No, probably a little bit higher.
Oh yeah, there's
There's a scene in there that
maybe
is like
13.
PG-13.
Yeah.
It's- no,
okay,
it's-
sorry.
Maybe we should
I
go by-
shouldn't recommend this to your children.
Maybe we
go
should
by
go
the
by the
rating
general
system.
rating system that they've
It's
already
Probably
actually, it's actually a
13.
little higher than that. Due to language.
Sorry, I
So,
forgot. Don't.
If
send
you're
your
an
kids
adult,
to
you can watch this movie.
Yes,
Okay,
any
go
adults.
ahead.
No, teenagers.
Or your
It's thir-
5-year-olds.
I think it's
17 and up.
PG-13.
It's not PG-13.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
Love Actually. Number 10.
Weird. Anyway, number 10, Love Actually. There's a beautiful wedding scene
Yes.
towards the beginning.
Very nice.
It's yes. Shrek is number 9,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Now, do
okay.
they,
Do
oh,
take
that's
your
right. They
8-year-olds
get
to
married
that.
at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they
Great
go off to
movie.
their honeymoon in their
Love
bog or whatever
story.
it's called.
That's right.
Yes.
Number 8, Wedding Crashers, because at the end they do get married. You know,
Vince
the one.
No, they
Vaughn.
don't. Do they get married?
Yes.
The one
Vince-
couple does,
The whole
and then
movie's about
he comes
weddings,
in and
though.
says, "I
That's
love
a
you." to the
crazy
other-
movie,
yeah.
though.
That movie.
That is an adult.
Okay, yes, I was
type-
gonna say I will not recommend you take your children to see that.
There's parts of crudeness.
Yes, but there are a lot of very funny. It has
Yes.
some surprisingly witty moments and some poignant moments in there.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
with men growing up and being men.
Going back to
basically.
being Owen Wilson. Owen
That's
Wilson.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Vince
So-
Vaughn. Vince Vaughn. And a small cameo appearance from
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Yes,
as
that's
the
the creepiest
perennial-
cameo.
Wedding
Where
crasher
he's
guy.
yelling at his mom at like
Oh.
50 years. Oh, it's,
Yeah, he's
there's
pretty
some
bad.
legendary scenes in this
Good
movie.
moments in that.
But just prepare yourself for some language and some sexual content.
Yeah.
Oof.
That may not be appropriate for all viewers.
Yes.
7, he's just not that into you, which has there's
Yes.
the
I
there's a
didn't watch
wedding in
that.
there with Jennifer
Yes, I
Aniston
didn't see that movie.
and
Yes.
I think it's Ben Affleck in that.
Yes.
It's a lot. It's one of those movies that it's full of celebrities.
Yes.
It's like some people love it, some people hate it. You
I
know,
was in
but
the
it's
latter group.
yeah,
Not
a
a
lot
fan
of
of this
people,
movie.
and it has a lot of cynicism. It's
Yeah.
very anyway. But moving on, that doesn't deserve that much talk. The next one, 27 Dresses, because they
That
had
has
that.
27 weddings in it. No, 28.
It doesn't show all of them. Well, it
I
does.
know,
It
but it
shows bits of-
alludes to them.
But the final wedding in that movie is beautiful on the beach.
What's the
that's
name of
really
the- What's
cool.
her name? She's great.
Catherine
Katherine
Heigl.
Heigl. The great thing is that she has 27 dresses from being bridesmaid.
Right, right.
And so her wedding at the end, did you see this movie?
No.
Her wedding at the end.
Spoiler alert,
All
not
of
that
the
it matters.
brides that she actually was in their wedding.
They're all her
They're
bridesmaids.
all her bridesmaids,
their-
and she makes them wear the dress that she had to wear at their wedding.
That's good. I like that.
Because the premise of it is the man she ends up marrying is this man he wrote a story on her and exposed you're sad and pathetic because you've been in 27 weddings and you're obsessed with weddings because of stuff with her mom but they end up getting married and it's beautiful and somehow
Okay,
you end up
okay,
liking them.
okay.
The next one, this is one I do agree with being on this list, Runaway Bride.
Runaway Julia
Oh,
Roberts.
yeah.
The two of them together, you can't beat that. Sorry.
Yeah, never
But-
rekindled the magic of
No,
Pretty
you can't.
Woman.
Yeah, there's no way to come back to that.
It was
but
kind of
it's-
like the Tom Hanks Meg Ryan remake of Sleepless in Seattle. What was the You Got Mail?
Yeah.
They tried to rekindle
No, but You've
it.
Got
But that
Mail's
was
a good
But it
movie,
was its
though.
own different
Yeah,
type
that's-
of.
It was a
deal.
good movie.
Don't
But
disagree with it.
Runaway Bride is kind of similar. Richard Gere's writing a story on her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Because
then
she
they
kept
fall in love.
running away
Yeah.
from weddings. She was literally notorious for getting engaged, getting to the altar, but running before she.
Yeah.
There were some funny scenes in that. Very
Has
good.
some good
yeah.
moments. This one, I think you both will appreciate for some reason because you're both fathers. Father of the Bride.
Yes.
Now,
And
why
that's
is
a
that not number
classic.
one? That's
I
the
know
question.
that it should be. And it's
Now, which one? You're going to do
and that's number 4.
Best.
the newer Father of the Bride or the old Father
The
of the Bride?
one.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
The
is
Steve
there a
Martin
newer
newer
fa-
one, yes.
Well, no,
without
Father
Steve-
of the Bride is the new one. There was an older one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Steve
that was a
Martin.
classic.
Yeah, Steve Martin.
I mean, this is a classic in its own right.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
So-
I
the
agree.
scene with the cake guy that you can hardly understand.
Martin
him.
Short,
It was
wasn't it?
Martin Short.
yeah.
And you can hardly understand. The girls all understand him
Yeah.
and are all in love, and he's like, "What? what? He doesn't. It's just got the price of the cake. He's just the swans.
Well, when you
this
see
this is number one.
when you see great comedians like Martin Short and Steve Martin go at it
at their
against
best,
each other,
at
they're
their best,
so good.
And Steve Martin was at his best, and that tugged at the heartstrings.
Yeah, it had
and
that
I have seen
beautiful-
it since I've had my daughter, and it is.
It's a lot more
difficult.
emotional.
Oh,
like,
I
yeah.
difficult
will
to
not watch that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's difficult to watch.
There are some commercials I refuse to watch. All right, go ahead.
The actress that played the daughter of Steve Martin that got married and father of the bride is married to a country music singer, is
Yes,
she not?
I can't remember whom, but
Clint Black.
No, I don't know. It might
That's
be.
about all she's done
Anyways,
since then,
Yeah,
but
she's
didn't
known
really-
for that role, but anyways.
Number 3, A Walk to Remember. So a little newer. So it's several years old. I mean, it came out when I was in high school, I think. But
Was it Mandy Moore?
Mandy Moore, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where she's like sick and then
Yeah,
she's
she's
gonna
sick,
die
so they get
and
married at the
They
very
get married
the
and are
end.
alive. She's alive for a month being married and
Yeah.
then she dies. Or
Oh,
whatever.
wow, that's...
He married.
The wedding's really pretty.
His relationship with her changes his life.
Yeah, completely changes who he is.
Turns him from being a bad boy slacker into being a responsible
He ends up
young
going to
man.
med school. It's a Nicholas Sparks book.
Yeah.
So it
Sounds
has
good.
that.
No,
yeah.
it sounds
No, it
good.
has some really good.
Tearjerker.
And then
Yeah.
she, because she's cancer or whatever, after they get married, she dies, but he moves on with his life.
I apologize that we're giving away all these movies to you. If you wanted to see any of these.
Should
It's
maybe-
still worth it. It's still worth it.
Should try. Give him a-
Number 2, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh,
Which is a very good. That was a great.
what's the actor in that? What's his name?
I can't remember, but he's been in a couple things. He was
It's not
Aiden.
Ed Burns. It's
He played Aiden in Sex and the City.
He was originally in Northern Exposure.
Northern Exposure.
If you don't know that, he goes
Oh
way
my
back
goodness,
to Northern
I can't
Exposure.
remember his
Great television
name.
show. He's brilliant. That movie was hilarious.
And Neo
Very
Vardalos.
good. And then they tried,
is-
yes, which they of course, they made. There have been so many spin-offs based on that, and nothing comes back to that. The
I
quality
love
of
that movie,
but-
actually. That movie, you
I
know,
thought
in
I'd
all
hate it.
romantic comedies, all romantic comedies, they have that point where there's conflict where they leave and they
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah.
This movie did never have that.
No, it was wonderful.
It was just all the
It
way
was
straight
wonderful.
through, and everybody was happy. I was like, yeah.
and it was funny.
Oh, it was
and
great.
The only thing I had with this movie is the couple. I couldn't see them together.
It was weird.
They seemed a little mismatched. But other than that, it was just brilliant.
It
Well done.
was great, and the scene at the end. Well, anyway.
Don't spoil it.
Well,
There's
that
a great-
movie-
there's a great
that
scene
movie
with
has
the-
the
with the
Windex
dad.
in it, right?
Yeah, the
Where
Windex.
and I
The
never
dad
you don't look at
says-
Windex the same
He's
way.
always talking about the
Windex,
yeah.
meanings of words, and he's like the end of the Millers is a root word for oranges, and our name is root
He
word
made
for
up some
apples.
beautiful-
And
yeah.
he said, so we're apples and we're orchards, but we're all fruit. And so
Great line.
it was a great line. It was really good.
Number one.
Number 1, and I completely disagree with this disclaimer. Sex and the City 2.
What?
Not a good
Wow.
movie to begin with.
What?
Not a great wedding scene.
Who has
Nothing
seen
really
that movie?
exciting. Apparently, the people who made this list. Which,
I have actually unfortunately seen this movie. And
Oh
I
my
will agree,
goodness.
It's bad.
yeah,
It's bad.
It's just not
Oh.
a good.
strange as it is to say, the male star, Corbin, something.
Corbin.
His last
John,
name's
Jeff, John.
John Corbin, star of Big Fat Greek Wedding, plays Aiden in Sex and the City.
Yes,
Sex
which
and the
is a-
City 2.
yeah.
So he actually is in number 1 and number 2. Best one.
Well,
That-
that's
and
kind of
I-
interesting.
Yeah, in Aiden's that. Aiden was there through the whole series of the show. When he was a good guy, and then he becomes a bad guy. So there's all this.
Find
conflict
us
there,
all
too,
on
but-
Facebook and dispute this list.
Please do.
Please, it's
Any additions?
disgusting.
Well, out of it, what I agree with Shrek. I agree with
Love Actually.
Love Actually, definitely. Father of the Bride, Walk to Remember, kind of 27 Dresses, but this,
Yeah.
a couple of them are.
Folks, we got to go. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. We'll see you next week.
Mwah, mwah, maybe. I don't know. that
Happy
we
wedding
actually-
season.
We may not be here next week, but
Love,
if
love.
we are, we'll see you. If we aren't, then, well, you're off the hook.